You better start going to the gym if you want to play this deck, because you're gonna be ready to throw some good hands at locals. Because this is the most hated deck in U.R.A right now, Floowandereeze. And without skipping a bit, let's get into the deck profile. I'm running 3 Robina, the most favorite card of the deck. You always want to normal summon Robina and ask for a response. If they have Imperm, it is what it is. Following that with 3 Eaglin, our second best bird. Not as good as Robina, but it will do. And then to round up the small birds, I'm playing 1 3 or 1 toucan. You don't really want to run more than 1 because they aren't as good as Eagle and Robina. You can really combo with them, and they're more for the grind game and extension. To be fair with toucan, if you have map, you can still combo, but even if you have map, street is not combo. And then our honorary flu, DD Crow. Amazing target to search of Robina. Right now, DD Crow is quite useful in the meta game too, because you can hit your opponent's transactional rollback. And not only that, with the new card it just came out in Phantom Nightmare, so Solo's Curve, something like that. You can basically turn a DD Crow into a Robina or any flu into a DD Crow. And yeah, now we get to the big birds with 2 M-Pen. I'm playing 2, mainly because of the grind. And sometimes it's also good to open M-Pen in case your opponent imperms your Eaglin or Robina. You still have a way to play in your opponent's turn without needing to search. And then 1 Ryza, self-explanatory, with 1 Apex Avian. And that's basically it for the birds. Now for the non-birds, 3 Shifter. Everyone hates Shifter right now except flu players basically. So the deck was basically made to run Shifter, so why not abuse it? And something to also stop your opponent. It's Ash. Ash is basically every deck right now. So I'm playing a 3. I was also thinking about Droll, but that conflicts with Shifter. And that probably needs some more testing. If you open Droll and Shifter, it's kind of bad. But if you open just Droll, it does stop your opponent. So I guess that's better than opening just an Ash. And then we're moving on to more consistency cards, the 3 Prosperities. Some people play extra, I don't think that's good. It does give you extra card in hand, but you only really need 1 card to combo off. So Prosperity is better in that situation. Following that up with Duality. It's a worse Prosperity, but it will do in a pinch. And then following 3 map and terraforming for our 4th map. If you open a map and basically any flu except Stree, really, you got full combo and it's really good. Also gives you extra normal summon if your normal summon gets interrupted, and it banishes a bird from deck, so you got some isolations for hand trap straight away. And then I got 3 Advent Adventure. It helps you dodge Imperm, Veiler, targeting negation in general. And not only that, for some reason it gives you 500 life points if you want to win in time with that. And yeah, this is our 4 copy, the new card that was just released in Photo Nightmare that I just talked about earlier. It doesn't give you life points, and it cannot search the field spell, but like I said, it can turn a DD Crow into a Robina or vice versa, and I feel that's good. And to round up the flu cards, I'm playing 1 Explode Winds with 1 Dreaming Town. As for the non-flus, I'm playing a Trust, triple Tactics Trust. So you can either grab Dreaming Town if you M-Pen for some reason your opponent saves the negate for M-Pen or something, or even better really, you can grab cards like Trust, Dark World No More, Evenly Matched, and even Harpy's Featherstorm. And that basically rounds up the deck. I'm playing 1 of each because Trust basically acts like a second copy of all the cards here. So I don't really need to run more than that in the main deck. It's better to have more coverage than more consistency of a center card, I guess. For the side, I'm running 3 draw. Draw is really good this format. It's a draw format basically. And then 3-dimensional fissure. Going first, I do take out the evenly matched Dark World No More and something else for 3D fissure. This is basically just an extra shifter. It only does monsters, which can get annoying. But yeah, most decks really only get hit by their monsters, except Lab, I guess. And then 1 Duster inside with 2 Cosmic Cyclones as for back row hate. I used to run 3 Cosmic Cyclone, but then I realized, since I'm playing Trust, might as well run Harpy's Feather Duster, so I can grab it of Trust. And then here's the other 2 Dark World No Mores, in case I'm going against a deck that really loves to put up their Omni Negates and a really nice fancy board. I got these bad boys to deal with it. The 2 Harpy's Feather Storm, and the 2 other cards I always put in when I know I go first in game 2 or 3. Just give my opponent's turn, make them suffer a bit more, because apparently shifter was not enough. And then 1 more evenly, and here's the other evenly. Some decks right now do lose hard to evenly, and some don't. So I only run 1 in main, and the other 2 in the side for those really bad matchups. And it also acts as pseudo back row hate. Okay, so for the extra deck, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It's basically never gonna come up. But I'm running 1 Titan to break those really big boards. But I feel like the only mandatory thing is really 1 Assemble Nightingale with 1 Downward and 1 Zeus. If you have map, you have easy access to Assemble Nightingale. You just don't need to use your Flu's effect, and you just normal them, and then use your normal to make Assemble Nightingale go into Downward, make Zeus. That's basically the only important line. The rest of the cards are just niches, just what if scenarios basically. 1 access code, 1 Celine. Maybe maybe 1 in 100 games I'm gonna get to play this. 1 SP doesn't really help with link climbing, but she's there just in case. Something that helps with link climbing into access code package is the 2 Charmers, Hita and Gloom, Dark, I should say. Basically everyone's running Ash Blossom, so you can easily steal an Ash Blossom by making Hita. And then Dark, there are so many Dark decks out there, and most people summon Dark cards, including SP, so you can easily steal one of those. And to make those, you need to rely on Relinquish Anima to make Dark, and Almirage to make Hita, basically. And the rest of the cards is just drop tricks. In reality, I love trap tricks. Not in a weird way that will end me in jail, but in a funny way. I love trap decks. So here I'm playing 3 Sarah. I'm definitely never gonna summon this card, but it's Prosperity Photo really. And that's basically it. I use this deck to play at locals, and so far I only dropped 1 game. It's going really good, and I think I lost so many friends, and I probably have a few enemies now instead of friends, but it was worth it. Casus, signing out.